Hey everybody, hello, welcome for take two. I think it should be better this time around. So on pole, we have the 99 car of Tim Salmon. He used to be 51, now he's 99. To the inside of the 56 car of David Walsh. Behind them, we have Connor Meir and Dakota Caudill. And then behind them, we will have the 24 car of Ryan DeLusso. Ryan DeLusso starts the inside of Makoto Kino. Behind them, we have Timmy Weathers and Eugene Hawk. We have the 88 car of Alan Bledsoe to the inside of Aaron Douglas, and then Justin Osborne to the inside of Quinn Izzo. And Zach McAdoo and Joseph Onesto, and Francie Davis and Brett Pritchard. Joshua Lockhart and the 19 of Dylan Young, Richie Mancha and Sammy Cobb, and then Adam Douglas and Trent McPherson. Behind them in row 12 is Caitlin Meir to the inside of Ben Thomas, and then we have Tim Salmon and Andrew Weisbecker, and then John Hicks and the 36 car of Joey Sanders. And then behind them, we have the 61 car of Evan Coward and Alex Tanker. And then Rick Hughes and Mark Whitley. And Chris Davis and John Raines. And then rounding out the field, we have Brandon Crasta, Louis McClure, Dylan Young, Scott Vickers, Jamie Carter, Anissa Johnson, Luis Hernandez, and Mariah Soto rounds out the field. You might have noticed that some cars, like the 6 cars up front, like the 7 cars up front of the field, have green wheels, green roof numbers, green spoilers, and green banners. This is the start of our playoffs, and so some cars will have some playoff markings, much like the green banners that denote the Dub Tub Chasers for the Dubby Premier Series. There are 14 cars eligible for the championship today. At the end of the day, there will be 12 left, and we'll be one half of the races into the round of 12, where we'll be eliminating 4 cars down to the round of 8. And then after 2 more races, we'll be back to 6. And we'll head to Atlanta with 6 cars all tied up, ready to go for a championship. It all starts here in Chicagoland, in Joliet, Illinois. I want to thank Dubby Energy Drink for partnering with FARCA. Reminder that you can go to dubby.gg and enter code FARCA for 10% off of your order. I have a plethora of flavors available, and you may find one or more to your liking, as well as shakers and apparel. Brett Pritchard was making a remark before the start of the race that while he's not feeling the best this week after Dover, he's very thankful that we are in this style body car rather than a certain style that another sanctioning body of stock car racing uses. That's been resulting in quite a few injuries this year. So we're very thankful to have these safe stock cars at FARCA. Brett Pritchard's rolling off the 16th position today. They know that they need to go to the inside line to move up in this race. A lot of guys are going to want to use the outside line, but it appears that the inside is the way to go. Pace car rolls off rather violently. And Tim Salmon gets us underway. Easier start this time. Maybe not so much in the back. See 4 wide. Oh, it's kind of working for now. It's not going to work the whole time. It's like, oh man, the Weisbecker's in the wall. The Coward's in the wall. And Rick Hughes. We're going to try to get this right. I see Quinones working the bottom against these guys. Coward's got a lot of damage. I'm sure that Rick Hughes and Trent McPherson do as well. Bit of a rocky start, but up front we have some good pack racing here. As see the inside line is starting to work a little bit better. As Francie Davis is going to go to the inside of her boss. See the 24 of Ryan DeLusso. Just trying to work on the 70 of Eugene Hawk. Meanwhile, Tim Salmon still leads. The 56 car of David Walsh is able to get to second place. Of course, he started second, but he's just trying to remain there. See Connor Mears moving up to the inside of Dakota Cottle. Or DK Cottle, I guess we should say. As we move around the damaged cars of Rick Hughes and Trent McPherson. Now Dakota is going to move to the inside of Tim Salmon. And Dakota's going to be able to make quick work of the 99 car. And then 26 Makoto Kino is going to try to follow Dakota through. Eugene Hawk is also going to try to take advantage of the 99 car. Early, you really want to be on the bottom, as close to the bottom as you can, as the 99 gets really loose through the middle of 3 and 4. Able to keep the ship righted. Makoto's still working the bottom on the 99. Just hasn't quite been able to get the momentum on Tim Salmon. Now Tim Salmon's working the top on the 7. And Tim's going to get good momentum off of that turn. Just got to try to hold off Dakota through 1 and 2. See some good racing further back. I guess that was the 0-2. Looks like all 14 of our playoff drivers are still in the fight, with Quinn Izzo and Ben Thomas being the worst of the two back in about 20th and 19th now. Doesn't look like they have any damage. They should be able to come back up through the field as the tires wear. Well, 56 car crowds the 88. Alan Bledsoe is going to try to make it work. Looks like he'll clear the 56 of David Walsh. Moves Alan Bledsoe up into the 5th position. 99 car is back in the lead. And then the 70 car Eugene Hawk is under fire from the 7 of Dakota Cottle. And now Eugene Hawk is going to try to work on the inside of the 99. Meanwhile, further back, the 82 car of Richie Manches trying to squirt through the middle between the 91 and the 24. That's going to get really close. Almost contact between the two of them. Ryan DeLusso is going to be able to complete that pass. How very interesting. Okay. So here's the 82 car, still working the bottom of the track, trying to get around the 97 of Aaron Douglas. Onesto is trying to fight with the 5 car. Onesto is one of the 3 drivers that just narrowly missed the postseason. There's a lot of fighting right here between the 91, 19, and 24. Ryan DeLuce is just trying to keep it moving forward. So the 43 car of Alan Bledsoe starting to move to the front of the field. A lot of race-off drivers up front. Just missing about 4 of them, I think. I don't know if there's any non-race-off drivers up here besides Francis Davis now. Oh, there was contact between the 43 and the 55. 55 gets it righted, moves up right in front of the 24 car. It's really close for Timmy Weathers. Almost too close. Could have spelled disaster for them. So they keep it moving. Yeah, I'm sure Ryan DeLuce is not too happy that 55 car just killed his momentum. They're still racing pretty tightly in front. This could allow the 55 to get back up there. It's going to pull the 24 with him. Tim Salmon's still your leader. Alan Bledsoe right behind him. Dakota Kino's trying to pass. Dakota's going to be able to use the inside here. Not necessarily. She's been using the middle all race so far. So 13 of 80 laps in. Yeah, that's not. The tire's not going to do anybody any good. Tim Salmon is your leader. The 26 car is driven by Dakota Kino. The ticker isn't going to be entirely accurate. I guess it's just going to be for aesthetic purposes. Oh, there's a wreck. It appears that it's the 7 car of Dakota Cottle. DK off of turn number 4. That is not good for them. Let's go back and no. What happened to Dakota? Did he just get squeezed in the wall and just stopped? More damage to the 55, it looks like. Oh man, it's his old car, Ryan DeLuce. Just squeezes up into the wall. Might have some suspension damage. It is a tough break for the 7 car. It definitely something wrong. Maybe it turned the car off. It just somehow tripped the kill switch on the 7. Most interesting caution flag. Okay. Well, we got pit strategy. This might just be the time to pit. You could possibly get to the end. We're going to be about, maybe about 64 laps. This could be the time to pit. It definitely could be the right time. Tim Salmon and Alan Bledsoe don't agree. They're going to stay out. It's not good for them. They needed to pit. The tires are going to be a premium. I don't really know what these two are thinking. Dakota Kino's going to be first off, followed by Eugene Hawk and Alan Bledsoe. Caitlin Thibodeau is going to gain a lot of positions. Looks like Connor Mears is going to lose quite a bit of positions. In contrast, yeah, he's still on pit road. 29 cars taking all the time they can get. He's going to be out with his teammate, the L2. It just looks like the Mir Toyota cars just kind of faltered in pit strategy. Maybe they want to be in the back. I don't know. Double 0 and the 36 will come down pit road this time. The 78 car is not on lead lap. They will be trying to get a wave around. Come back around. We saw Trent McPherson had some damage on the first lap of the race. So we saw some questionable strategy to this caution that's going to make it very easy for the 26 and the 70 car to capitalize on the 88 and the 99. They are going to be off pace with worn tires. Clean air is not going to be able to save Tim Salmon. I think they want to be safe because you're just barely outside the window here. You're going to get aided by caution laps to save fuel. But I think the 99 and the 88 are hoping that if there's another caution, nobody else will pit, and then they'll be on the freshest tires. It doesn't make sense for these guys to only pit once, but if it's going to work for them, might as well. So we get one to go. Alan Bledsoe will line up to the outside of Tim Salmon. Behind them is Makoto Kino and Eugene Hawk. And then we have Zach McAdoo to the inside of Caitlin Meir. And we have the 56 car of David Walsh to the inside of Ryan DeLusso. And then rounding out the top 10, we have the 82 car of Richie Mancha to the inside of Timmy Weathers. Other chasers, Quinn Izzo is in 11th. Or not Quinn Izzo. Dylan Young is in 11th. Quinn Izzo is in 16th. Tim Salmon is in 13th. Ben Thomas is in 17th. Connor Meir and Justin Osborne are 25th and 26th. And then Dakota Cadill, or DK, is out of the car in 37th place. So it is not looking good for Dakota to repeat his championship. It was looking pretty good for him for a minute there, running up front, but it is not going to end as just for them. Green flag's back in the air for Tim Salmon. He's going to try to get away as much as he can from the 26 Makoto Kino. You see if Eugene Hawk can get to the inside of Alan Bledsoe down in turns 1 and 2. Oh, they're hanging with them quite a lot better than I thought. Maybe they just need to get up to speed still. The 88 and 99 are going to fall like rocks. As you see, there's just so much better grip on the cars to the inside of them. And so Makoto Kino is going to lead a lap in front of Zach McAdoo and David Walsh. Now McAdoo is going to go to the inside of Makoto Kino. The 43 car for Manco Racing. They didn't expect to be able to get him into the top 14, but they had such a good race at Dover. They just snuck in there. So the 43 and the 26, which had their first race last week at Dover, are going to have their second race in the middle of the chase. Or at the start of the chase, but still. They're in the middle of the pack. It's just completely unexpected for these two cars, along with the 70 car of Eugene Hawk for Spire Motorsports. First race with them wins. It's an unlikely pairing. See John Hicks using tire strategy to stay up in the top 10. Quite a few of the postseason cars, the chasers, are up in the middle of the field, a little bit bunched up. They're still behind the 88 car. Bledsoe just doesn't have all that much speed with the used tires. It's interesting that Eugene Hawk has stayed behind him. Oh, there's a car on the wall really hard. That's the O2. Justin Osborne, that is really heavy damage between him and the 20 car of Luis Hernandez. That is going to be catastrophic for the Mir Toyota. There's the the Bucky's car comes around, turns 3 and 4. The 20 is stuck on the racetrack. Luis Hernandez, caution's going to come out for them. O2 cars will be able to make it to pit road, but they have heavy damage. That's going to be extensive repairs on them. And then the 20 car is just, oh man, they're going to be in trouble. Your leader right now is Makoto Kino with Dylan Young in second. Adam Douglas is in third. Then David Walsh is in fourth. Zach McAdoo's fallen to fifth. Then sixth is Richie Mancha. Mark Whitley's in seventh. Ryan DeLuso's in eighth. John Hicks is in ninth. And Tim Salmon rounds out the... Tim Salmon, that's Rick Hughes. No, not even Rick Hughes. It's Rick Hemming. Rowdy Hemming is in 10th. The Class Farm Equipment Chevrolet. It's going to be one of those days. When the UI doesn't work and the UI won't update. Lord. It's Quinn Izzo and Tim Weathers. Expect Tim Salmon to be pitting this time. It's not a bad idea to pit. Lap 26, you can definitely go to the end from here. A lot of cars like to come down. Including Makoto Kino. So the race leader decided to come in and get service. It's very huge if you're a playoff contender, if you're a chaser. Just come down, get some fresh tires. Get the car full of fuel so you can go to the end. Such good strategy off of these cars. Connor Meir came back down for more adjustments. The O2 car has gone a lap down now. They're likely to go multiple laps down. So the 7 and the O2 are going to be in the worst position. Them falling out of race number 1, it pretty much decides it. They will be the first 2 to be eliminated. We still got to go through Watkins Glen. Anything can happen at Watkins Glen. But as far as this race goes, they are in a very poor position. So the leader at this point in time is Dylan Young, and he's got his teammate Adam Douglas in second. And they're followed by David Walsh, Zach McAdoo, and Richie Mancha. All right, we're doubled up. 1 to green. and green flag is in the air. And Dylan Young takes off. 56 car, David Walsh looks to follow him. Very melodramatic start. Melodramatic, mellow, just mellow by itself, mellow start. And not like mellow ball, just mellow. Adam Douglas is looking to the inside of his teammate. And Dylan Young pulled off the 40 car. Looks like Adam Douglas is going to lead a lap for 2 weeks in a row. Who would have thought that this would have happened the way the season's gone so far? Just imagine they're able to keep momentum through the whole season, as they're just going to get train right here and get stuck in the middle. This is the most orange we've seen up front all season. Zach McAdoo moves back up into second. Dakota Kino's already back up to 13th spot. The tires mean a lot more than people think. As Zach McAdoo goes to the inside of the 19 car through 3 and 4. Oh, Dylan Young gets loose. This is going to allow the 43 to... No, not really. No help for McAdoo is going to allow Dylan Young to continue leading. So we're going to try to close off the 43 through 1 and 2. A lot of 3 wide action. The 24 of Ryan DeLusa's following Adam through on the outside. Dylan Young continues to lead. McAdoo's fallen behind him now. It looks like the 56 car is going to be trying by himself. McAdoo tries again. Just, the car is too loose. You can't really get anything done. But now the 56 car is going to get a good enough run off the side draft of the 43, who's able to hold the 19. So now David Walsh is going to put his move in for the lead. This might need a little bit more help than he's got. Field is bunching up good because of alternating tire strategies. Wreck now could be pretty catastrophic for the whole field, as David Walsh has cleared the 19 of Dylan Young. David Walsh has now led a lap. I think that's his first this season. A lot of good racing further back. A lot of chasers right in the middle of this. See the 24 car, Ryan DeLusa is really loose. 26 car is just barely going to be able to get in front of him. It was very risky from Dakota Kino. Just can't waste the tires while you got them. We're 3 wide for the lead again, as the 19 car is being able to get the lead back from the 56. But now McAdoo is trying to take it away. He's getting really tight on the 19 car. And he's going to be able to clear Dylan Young. So McAdoo's back to the lead. Seems like the 43 car really likes that outside. And the 56 is now working the bottom of the 43. Well, back towards the end of the top 20, the 88 car is still trying to work through the traffic. Saw the 02 car of Justin Osborne's regained They really control the car. They're able to get him out. He's currently scored 38th. About 14 laps down. David Walsh now leads the race with Eugene Hawk right in tow. 56 is able to take a commanding lead using the bottom lane. Now he's going to use the middle. Adam Douglas is going to go to the inside of Zach McAdoo for third. A lot of cars are utilizing the middle lane at the moment. Mariah Soto might have had a problem in the middle of 1 and 2. She's off the pace. She's up 22 positions from her original starting spot. Now just running in the 20th position. Alan Bledsoe's moved up to 11th. So meanwhile up front, David Walsh leads over Eugene Hawk. Hawk's going to use a higher lane to try to get some clean air. And then draft off the 56 car down straightaways. While Adam Douglas has cleared the other cars for the third position, looks like Dylan Young's going to try to fight back for it. Dakota Kino's moved into the top 10. Sammy Cobb really close to the 88 car through the 3 and 4. Dakota's got a little bit of position on the 92, just no help down the front straight. Moves her back into the 12th spot. Looked like Bledsoe was going to try to go to the bottom against the 4. It just didn't quite materialize for him. Now they've caught the 43. Zach McAdoo kind of shows what kind of pace the 43's lost over the last few laps to float back to these guys, along with the 19 car. Rowdy Hemming in the 51 car has moved into third. I think there was contact that time between the 88 and the 92. Bledsoe might be getting tired of dealing with these cars. Connor Muir is still stuck in 23rd. You'd think that with all the extra pit stops, they'd be able to make it up through the field. Just really has not gone his way. He's really struggling out there. Down 20 spots from where he started. Looks like Tim Weathers really got to lose through 3 and 4. Oh, there's a yellow for Richie Mancha, who's stuck on the racetrack, lightly got pushed into the wall. Probably something similar we saw before. That already happened, yeah, it did. Contact with Daniel Quinones. It's pretty significant contact with the wall. Something had happened to the 9 car. They're off the lead lap. Quite a bit of ways off the lead lap. They're 10 laps down. See Jones, the 02 car, and the 7 car off the lead lap. So you have cars coming down pit road, including the 99 car. Tim Salmon's got a lot of damage. Certainly isn't over for the race for who gets eliminated then, because there's 4 cars having a lot of trouble today. Kodakino's pitting again. They don't want to take any chances. It's like Adam Douglas will be the first off. We are coming to the green. David Walsh leads Eugene Hawk, Rowdy Hemming, and Timmy Weathers. Adam Douglas in fifth was the first car off pit road. He's followed by Chris Davis, Dylan Young, Alan Bledsoe, Caitlin Muir, and Mariah Soto. Mariah Soto's up 32 spots from her qualifying position. Waiting too late to get good. There are only 3 Fords in the playoff field. Everything else in the chase field, everything else is Chevy and Toyota. Green flag is in the air. It's pretty apparent with the cars that stayed out being Chevy and Toyota. Pretty confident with what they have. David Walsh gets away, followed by Eugene Hawk, who's going to go to the inside of the 56 car. Now they're still trying to get up to speed to try to side draft the 56. Pull him back. Now Rowdy Hemmings going to go to the inside of the 70 car. .43 of Zach McAdoo is making headway rather quickly on the bottom lane. Chris Davis is trying to stick his nose in there. Can't quite get there. It's getting pretty close between the 70 and the 40. They're going to try to force it 4 wide on the 40 on the 4 car. This might get close into turn 1. The 40 car and the 4 have the freshest tires. The 40 is going to get to the inside of Chris Davis and the inside of the 56. And he's going to be able to take the lead. So now Adam Douglas leads over the 19 of Dylan Young. I think Lockhart just got the wall pretty hard. Yeah, and Sammy Cobb, they're both off the pace down the back straight. I don't know who led that lap, but it was one of the Western Auto Racing cars. And yellow is out for the 79 and the 77. The lead still belongs to the 40 of Adam Douglas. They're going to send Jamie Carter around, and we'll get doubled up and get going. Oh, they're not going to double up. Who are we waiting on? Nobody. Alright, so when we restart this race in a few seconds, Adam Douglas leads over Dylan Young. Row 2 sees Chris Davis and David Walsh, and then Zach McAdoo and Makoto Kino. And then Eugene Hawk and Mark Whitley. Rounding out the top 10 is 88 of Alan Bledsoe and Caitlin Meir. 43 car restart on the inside is going to be very fortuitous for them. They believe they have the fastest car, and of course they are on the same strategy as the 40 and the 4 on the inside. So green flag is out. 40 car will get away and see if they can track him down or not. There's 18 laps to go. Mir picked up quite a few positions on the restart. Is already up to 15th now. So get back up to speed. Chris Davis is going to go to the inside of Dylan Young. And now Dylan Young's to the inside of the 40 car. This is going to get pretty good here. McAdoo's going to push the 40 car to try to get clear. He's got help from 26 and Makoto Kino. So Adam Douglas has got help from a lot of faster cars. Makoto Kino gets in the back of the 43, gets McAdoo loose. McAdoo's going to clear the 19 though. Manco Racing 43 car, which is owned by the driver of the 40 car, is going to go to the inside of Adam Douglas. And then it looks like the 4 car might have had a big problem in the middle of 1 and 2, lost a lot of ground. That's going to allow these 5 cars to break away. They're smart about this. They can get quite a bit of ground and just fight amongst themselves. McAdoo continues to work on the inside of these 2 Western Auto Racing cars as they lead Makoto Kino. Fords have a lot of horsepower. They just haven't been very successful all year. It's a wonder that the 19 has amassed as many points as he has. Only 3 Fords made the chase. The 26 car was a Chevy driver for most of the season. They would have been left with the 19 and the, what is it, 4? I'm not sure who the other 4 is. So Makoto Kino is going to go to the inside of the 40 car through 3 and 4. He's going to try to stay as high as possible to keep momentum. Makoto is going to have help, but Alan Bledsoe is going to work with the 40 car on the outside. Now 12 laps to go. The 40 car does not have the same pace as the playoff drivers around him. Saw that in practice and in qualifying. Maybe it's just clean air that's helping the 40 car out. It does not have the same pace as the cars around him. Oh, the 88 car got really loose. And that's gonna take the 40 car's help away in 1 and 2. If Makoto goes all the way to the bottom, she can have a fair shot. But here comes the 88 car back around the outside. And they're going to be able to clear the 26. And Mariah Soto's working the very bottom against these guys. What's Alan Bledsoe going to do? I think he's going to stay tucked up. Mariah working the very bottom is going to help her the most. That's where you want to be. These tires have not been used enough for the outside to be the best line to work. You want to be on that very bottom. Bledsoe is going to continue to work the middle. Mariah's going to draft with the 88 car now. There is a slow car that might be in the way as we come to 9 laps to go. 83 continues to work on the 40 now. Just didn't quite get a good entrance to 1 and 2. But she should get a good run here towards the backstretch, and being on the bottom is really going to help her in 3 and 4. 40 car had to block the bottom. Mariah Soto is going to move to the lead now. Mariah Douglas, not Soto, Douglas. So the rookie, this might be our first chance to see a rookie win as Mariah takes the lead from Adam. Makes a little bit of sense that Adam wouldn't block. But Mariah started dead last, 42nd, and she's up to first. Got a half teammate to her outside now in Louis McClure. It's going to hold up the 40 car. And now the 88. So Makoto Kino and Aaron Douglas are your top 3. Aaron sneaks by. Where did he come from? We got all 3 Douglases in the top 4. I don't think we've ever seen that. Makoto Kino continues to fight on the middle, and it's not working for the 26 car. She's got to use the bottom. I don't know if the car doesn't handle down there or what, but that Ford is just struggling to find the grip to run the bottom. It's where you need to be. Because the 97 car is going to go around the outside of the 26. The 97 car doesn't have the pace these others do either. It just has to be pit strategy that's gotten them up here. 5 laps to go. Quinn Izzo is now moving on the inside of the 40 car. How about Scott Vickers? Another car that has ran like crap all year long, and here he is in 8th as Connor Mears is working to the bottom of him. Connor Mears is going to be able to make up a lot of spots using the inside. Nobody else is out there. Looks like the outside's really being held up by the 87. Mariah continues to use the inside lane through 3 and 4. She's just going to put it away for the 83 car. 3 laps to go. Makoto still hasn't been able to find a way around the 97. Makoto's been using the middle lane all race long. Just has to be lacking grip. Connor works around a couple lapped cars to try to catch the 4 of Chris Davis for 7th. A big turnaround for the 29, considering where they had been for most of the race. They started 3rd, fell back all the way to about 28th, I think, at worst, this race. It's just been a battle for them to be back in 8th after this whole race. It's a very good comeback for them. Meanwhile, Mariah Soto will come off of turn number 2, take the white flag in the Rebel Racing Ford Mustang. Behind her, Makoto Kino is still trying to hold off Adam Douglas and Aaron Douglas. She's got the outside now, and I think she's going to be able to hold on to the 2nd spot over them. But how about the work by Mariah Douglas to come from dead last on the grid, using pit strategy to come all the way up through the field to the lead, using the inside lane, and she'll get her first win in the FARCA Premier Series presented by Dubby. The first round of the chase. And it looks like Mariah Soto did edge out the 40 car. For 2nd, Adam Douglas will finish 3rd, Aaron Douglas in 4th. Zach McAdoo is in 5th. And Quinn Izzo 6th. Chris Davis finishes 7th. Francie Davis was able to get around in 29 for 8th. Connor Meir finishes 9th. And Ryan DeLusso finished 10th. Thank everybody for sticking around for us for this race. In a while, we will get everything set up for Watkins Glen. It should be roughly about 30 minutes or so.